Good morning. Welcome to another episode. We ended up staying on the Nullarbor still last night. If you haven't seen last episode, this won't make sense, so go and watch that. But we ended up still staying on the Nullarbor last night, just not at the Bunda Cliffs like Kev said, because the Bunda Cliffs were just far too windy. It was still a bit windy here, but a bit more sheltered, as you can see. Like the trees and everything provided a little bit of shelter for us, which was good. The wind picked up a little bit this morning, so that, the tent was a little bit, how you going? And then also the time difference made it really tricky to sleep. So we're right near Border Village. We're literally like 10 minutes out of Border Village, which is the border between South Australia and WA. And obviously there's a time difference between WA. I think it's 2.5 hours to Victoria or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so we are in South Australia, but going off WA time. So like when we arrived at the campsite, we thought it was only like, we thought it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock, but it was 2 o'clock because the time zone changed. So we ended up going to bed at like 7 o'clock. And then we woke up, Kev woke up at 3, and then I woke up at like, I don't know, 5:45, 5:30, 5:45, 6-ish, I don't know, somewhere around there. So yeah, time difference was a little bit tricky to get used to. It was only a couple of hours, so. But anyway, plan today is to cross the border over to WA. So welcome to the first of the WA vlogs, I guess. We've got a bit of an idea on where we're staying, but obviously it depends because as we've learnt through South Australia, sometimes plans don't always go to plan. And also some of the roads are very corrugated. So I don't think we're planning on like travelling half an hour, 40 minutes down a corrugated road just to come up it again the next day, just for somewhere to sleep when there's road stops. So we'll just see how we go, play it by ear. But yeah, crossing the border, we do have to be really careful with fruit and vegetables and fish and like pretty much everything. So we're a bit nervous for that because we obviously, if you've been watching our vlogs and you're up to date, we did spend a little bit of money on shopping last time we did shopping. So I'm not really excited to chuck that stuff out because it cost a fortune. So, but you have to do what you have to do. We'll see how we go. We've tried to eat as much fruit as we can this morning for breakfast. But yeah, it's like lettuce, tomatoes, all your fruit and veg, even like onions, obviously being a vegetable, but something I didn't think of, and even fish. So I'm a bit worried that we could lose all of the whiting that we caught at Izzy's find because that's in the freezer ready for dinner tonight and tomorrow night as well. So yeah, we'll just see how we go, I guess.
We just pulled up at the Border Village Roadhouse where we're going to have to go through the quarantine checks and I'm going to check everything. But there's a giant skip here, so get some photos of that. Got his jar of Vegemite.
This is the roadhouse here. I'm going to go in and have a look. Got t-shirts. Got like a little whale painting. So the stuff they have here is nearly exactly the same as the Nullarbor Roadhouse, except on everything here it says Border Village instead of Nullarbor. But we did find this fly swat, which is a thong. Alright, we just had a look in the Roadhouse, which was pretty cool. They had another really cool painting on the wall as well. And we're about to drive around to the checkpoint where you have to have your car searched. So here we go. Alright.
They don't put me on the light bridge.
Here we go. Well, wasn't as bad as what we thought it would be, but we did have to chuck out all of our tomatoes. We probably had 7 tomatoes, which we paid, like, it was like $11 or $12 a kilo for those. Had to chuck them out. The lettuce went, the cucumber went. We also had to chuck out our honey and my container that I had the honey in. And I think that was about it. But yeah, we asked her where it all went and she said it just gets burnt. And we said not even to like farmers for like pigs or anything like that. Nah, so it all gets burnt. But anyway, done now. All right, here is the South Australia WA sign. So there's just a caravan there, but once they've had their turn, we're gonna park the big girl in front of it and get some footage. Kev's just getting the tripod out. I've got the camera ready to go. But yeah, officially crossing the border into WA. Kev's first time in WA, you excited?
Yeah, so they got no freaking tomatoes.
So we're driving and Kev just goes, gee, this is boring, it's the same scenery. And I'm like, yeah, it's the Nullarbor. And he goes, fuck me, throw a sign in every now and then.
It's something. Fucking hell.
We've been driving for a bit and we've just stopped at the Madura Roadhouse to fill up and also make some lunch. We just had ham and cheese sandwiches because we didn't have any salad for wraps because they took it at the border. We're not actually sure where we're staying. I think I said that earlier, but I've just got Wiki Camps loading there. We'll have a quick look and make a plan of attack. But yeah, Madura Roadhouse. Not much to see apart from trucks.
Apart from Raj.
This one's obviously
Fixing his tyres.
yeah, hit something and his tyres have come off the bead.
3 off the bead on the right hand side and then 1 off the bead on the left hand middle. So he's done a good job.
And the crows were eating off his bull bar, so we'll see if we find anything dead up there. If we do, it's probably from him.
There's a hole in that tyre. What's up? We just pulled up at Cocklebiddy rest area, I think it is. It's Roadhouse or something. Yeah, servo. And we have parked and we just noticed that there's a cage over there, a bird aviary, with 2 wedgies in it. I'm pretty sure they are. We're going to go have a look. Doesn't matter how remote you go, there's still idiots. It's hard to see them through the fence. Let me see you shake your tail feather. They were in fact wedge-tail eagles. They were gorgeous. It's good to see them up that close. Obviously not in the cage, but they seem to be pretty happy there. They're just going to have a look at what they call, well, we're going to start heading down the road, but it's called Twilight Cove. The reviews say that it takes 2 hours to travel 30 kilometres and it is very, very bumpy and a horrible drive on the way in, but apparently it's really cool once you get there. So I'll probably drive 10 minutes in and see how far we get on the map to whether or not we turn around, because if it's going to take 2 hours I really can't be bothered, because then I'm going to do 2 hours in the morning all the way back out just to get back on the freeway. So we'll go from there.
Alright, so far we've been driving for about 15 minutes and we've done 11 kilometres and it hasn't been too bad, touch wood. Like, you can tell that the road's been well driven and in some spots there's dried up like wheel marks, almost like tiny little bog hole looking things. Here's like a tiny one here, but yeah, apart from that it's pretty flat and yeah, a few little rocky parts but nothing major. Kev reckons he saw in one of the reviews that it's pretty much fine for the first 25 k's. It's after that it gets a bit how you going. So
but it doesn't take 2 hours.
Yeah, I don't know, I can see in a caravan how it would take a long time because yeah, there's these like really tight corners and stuff, but I don't know, we'll just keep going and see. All was well and good until it just turned into a river. I don't know.
I think it's just flooded.
If it's just flooded or yeah, like how deep that is, but we are by ourselves and wow. Kev's just gone up there to throw some rocks in and see how deep it actually is. See whether we drive through it or not. Alright, we're turning around because even when Kev tried to turn around up there near the water, his tyre just sunk right down into the mud. It's very soft and we're clearly very heavy.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a bummer because I was actually really looking forward to going down there and having a look, but anyway.
Well, it doesn't take 2 hours to drive, but it's just not very safe.
Right, we ended up finding ourselves a nice little spot. It's called, I forget the name of it anyway, I'll have to put it on the screen. But yeah, we've just set up the rooftop. There's quite a few flies here. They're a little bit annoying, but that's okay. And it's quite hot. I said to Kev, oh yeah, it's only supposed to be like 25, 26 tomorrow, but that was South Australian weather and I forget we're in WA and it gets hot up here, so tomorrow is nearly 30, which will be nice.
Just had a cracking sunset. Now we're on to the menu.
Don't mean to brag, but I just cooked up a mean feed, so it's not much, but it's honest work. We've got just like an Alfredo pasta and Kev wanted some tuna on his. I really wish I liked tuna and could eat it, although I did have a tuna bake not long ago and it was alright, it was bearable, but I just really can't stand tuna. Anyway, Kev's got tuna in his, but the real star of the show is what I have created underneath here. Apple crumble. In a pan, easy peasy, and I'm very excited to try it.
And I'm not doing dishes.
Dinner.
Cracking sunset. And then the moon. Well, howdy doody. We're just leaving last night's camp spot. We're gonna go up the road to the sign that says longest 90
Stretch of road.
Yeah, longest stretch of road.
146.6 kilometres, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of kilometres. We're gonna get a photo there, and then we're gonna try and get a little bit better reception. We've only got one bar of 3G, and we sort of need to see where or what we're gonna do today. So yeah, we're going to go from there.
We've just made our first stop for today, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm trying to think of all the spelling rules we teach the kids at school. Anyway, my take on it is Caigna. I'm going to ask them what it is. It's spelled C-A-I-G-U-N-A, and I feel like the C is making a K, and then the A-I like in snail, so K, and then G-U like in guitar, so Caig, and then there's an N-A, so Caigna is my guess. I'm going to see if I'm right. I'm going to ask them. It's Caiguna. The lady in there said it's Caiguna.
Just pulled up at the big sign. I got yelled at and told to get out and get a photo of
it. Not just caravans that do 80 kilometres or 90.
Yeah, good electric vehicles, eh? They don't even want to do fucking 110. Not even 100, they're doing 84.
Alright, this is the other sign that says 90 miles straight, but from the other side of the road.
Check out all the hemorrhoids part there.
So we did it. We did the 90 miles. It was incredibly boring.
Wasn't too bad.
Well, we have Alpha Blokes that we're listening to at the moment. Shout out to Alpha Blokes. They were great to listen to. I think if they weren't on, we would have been very, very bored.
Just an argument.
But anyway, next thing is Balladonia. Or next town is Balladonia.
Holly's sick of being the passenger, so she's steering now. We just pulled up at the Balladonia servo, and we were going to go down Balladonia Road, but apparently it is closed for 2 years. So we now have to drive 2 hours all the way to Norseman and then go down the coast from there. So yeah, great news. We've made it to a town with real people, real cars, and just real stuff. Pulled up in Norseman. Just had to go to the information centre to collect a token. If it's going to focus, probably not. Oh yeah, Holly knows what she's on about. Yeah, I had to get this token so we can get 60 litres of water to fill up the water tank. Alrighty, just pulled up at Bromus Dam. It's just on the way down towards the coast. Nice, it's freaking huge. Like, we just spent, I reckon, 20 minutes trying to find a spot out of the wind, and we ended up just coming up actually towards the dam. There's a little driveway here. I don't know if you're allowed to, but there's heaps of tyre marks and shit, so this is where we are staying tonight. Sort of sheltered from the wind edge side. It's only meant to get to 19 knots. Oh, there's a duck that's coming up. Hey buddy.
I want some bread.
Quack quack.
Sweet.
Don't feed it.
Why?
Because it won't leave us alone.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, you're friendly. Now, people are going to say that you're not meant to feed ducks bread because it swells in their stomach, but it's like us eating noodles. It really doesn't hurt us. Morning, boys and girls. We actually ended up moving camp spots last night. We went 25 minutes down the road. I sort of felt bad blocking that dam entrance there in case there was an emergency, so I moved from there and we tried finding a spot locally around there, but there was some big gum trees and it was very windy last night, so we decided we'd just move down the road to a parking bay. It's pretty far in, so it wasn't too bad. The wind died off here and it was raining at the other spot as well, and when we got here it seemed like it had just blown over, so yeah. Anyway, the main reason I've picked up this camera this morning, Holly's laughing at me, but it's because of these gum trees. Now, Holly reckons they're called salmon gums.
I don't reckon they are. We're in salmon gum creek.
There's no bark on them, and it looks like somebody's just put a coat of paint on them.
I'll show you that one over there. See that one? That's sticking up. That's a good colour.
Oh yeah, that red one over there. They're such a nice colour. They don't look like salmon, but well, this one probably does actually. They're so smooth. It literally looks like someone's debarked it and stained it or painted it. Listen how smooth that is. Yeah, there you go. Good morning.
All right, I look absolutely horrid this morning, but it doesn't matter. Do you know why? Because I am amazing and I booked us a holiday park, well, caravan park. It's called a holiday park, but anyway, in Esperance. We are heading to the Big Espy today. I'm very excited for this. I've never been to Esperance and I've heard that it is beautiful. And I was able to secure the very last unpowered site at the caravan park. So I rang nice and early this morning and booked that. That's all paid for and done. So we'll go and explore a little bit. We might go out for dinner as well with a few of my dad's mates. We'll see if they're available tonight to catch up. But other than that, we're excited. We're going to head to Esperance and explore. The beaches are incredible there. We are staying at Lucky Bay beach thing. I'm sure everyone that's watching this, if you're into travelling around Australia, you will have heard of it. It was crowned best beach last year. So we are staying there, but not for a few more nights. So we'll try and explore a little bit of Esperance, and we'll also head towards Menimbup, I think is how you say it, that beach there. It's a free camp. It's also really nice on the other side of Lucky Bay. So yeah, we'll do some exploring, have a look. Might do some grocery shopping today. It's not shopping day, tomorrow is, but Espy has I'm a bloody local. I'm already calling it Espy. Esperance has a Woolworths, and we have not been treated to a Woolworths. And we have not been treated to a Woolworths in weeks. So I'm excited.
Currently about to leave the Kumal rest area where we stayed last night. It's at 10:30. We did a bit of bloody renovating and restacking all the drawers and that. So yeah, I did. Holly was in the tent doing something. She said she was busy, so I assume it was something important.
Something for Instagram, scheduling
and posts. Now she's not even holding the camera steady because she's bugging around with her fingernails. But yeah, we're going to leave. We're going to head to Esperance, where we have booked a caravan park. We're going to catch up with some of Holly's dad's friends and probably go to the pub for dinner, which will be good. Haven't been to the pub in ages. Haven't had a cold beer in ages, to be honest. So yeah, we'll go from there.
All right, we're just on our way to Esperance, and we have about a quarter of a tank left. And we're just at a place called Summer Gums, which is on the way. And Kev's just going to put $40 in because we ummed and ahed and we're like, oh, I reckon we'll make it to Esperance. And Kev's like, I reckon we've got 100 kilometres in there, and Esperance is 107 from here. And we're like, oh, no. We won't run the risk. We'll just put $40 in here. It's $2.30 here, and I think $2.05 in Esperance. So we'll just put $40 in and then fill up in Esperance. So as we're just filling up, we saw a gentleman dressed in Where's Wally, like a Where's Wally costume on a motorbike, and he was talking to Kev, and he had a donation bucket. And he was talking to Kev about how he has struggled with PTSD. He was served in the... Did he serve in the army? Yeah. Served in the army and struggled with PTSD and considered taking his own life, but is now raising funds for veterans and things that have served and struggle with PTSD. And I just said to Kev, how incredible that you go from, being so mentally unstable, and obviously the things that they would see and deal with are just massive. And yeah, that he's turned his life around and is now helping to raise money for other people that are struggling. It's just incredible. So we cleared out our change that we had in my purse and that Kev had in his wallet, and yeah, good cause. So if you see anything like that and you have some spare change, make sure to donate.
Righto, we made it to Esperance. We checked in at the caravan park. We're just currently at the Woolworths. We're going to do our weekly shop right now. So yeah, stay tuned.
Alright, it's a bit dark and we haven't filmed much today, but we're about to go out for dinner at the pub. Woo. And we're excited because we haven't been out for dinner in a long time. So it'll be good. We're going to walk and have some drinks. And have a good time.
What's up? It's the morning. Dinner was great last night. We went to 33 degrees. It was a beautiful meal. Holly's still up there resting. She didn't get enough sleep, she reckons. So the Pancake King's on it again. No word of a lie, I didn't even use the spatula. As you can tell by the mixture on the side of the pan from flipping them like a king.
Good morning. I don't know what Kev has told you guys this morning, but we did go out for dinner last night. It was amazing, great food, great company. It was really good to catch up with some friends, family friends. And yeah, definitely filled our cup, that's for sure. Today we have a few spots that we're going to go see thanks to our family friends last night. They gave us a few little pointers, some of which were do not step on any black rocks around Western Australia. So they were saying that there's apparently signs everywhere, but people still stand on them. They're incredibly slippery, and there's been so many lives lost, unfortunately, from people stepping on them and getting like taken into the waters and not being able to get out. So don't step on the black rocks. We talked about a few good fishing spots as well, so we're going to go try those out and see if we have any luck. And yeah, their son caught a massive big bronze whaler, out here, and they showed us a picture. It was huge. And yeah, just the thrill of reeling one of those in would be awesome. So with a bit of luck, we might be able to catch a shark or something out here. I don't know, we'll see how we go. Probably just a stingray knowing our luck, but that's all right. We'll give it a go. We're going to check out the Pink Lake this morning, which is only 12 minutes from here, and then we're going to follow our family friends' advice on following a beach road down across all the beaches here and just check those out as well. So let's go. So we just got to the Pink Lake, and it's not pink. I'm not even going to get out of the car, to be honest, because it is just like a grey blue colour. And then I'm sitting here, and I don't know if you guys can read that sign all the way out. Where's my finger? There. But it says, you're pointing to the wrong sign. That one. It says, why is the Pink Lake not pink? So anyway, it was only 10 minutes, so we're going to go back along the 11-mile beach road to Twilight Beach Road. Yeah. We've just pulled up to Salmon Beach, and it's so pretty. I keep telling Kev the beaches in WA are just something else. Like, this has no filter. The sand is just completely white, and the ocean is just the prettiest of colours. It's a shame that it's a bit overcast today. It would look 10 times better if the weather was a little bit more sunny. That's all right. There's 2 carloads of people that have pulled up with fishing rods because we're about an hour out of high tide, which perfect time for fishing. So we're just going to sit here and watch where these blokes go and see how they're casting out and what they're going for, and then we're going to give it a crack, I think. He's just gone out for his first cast, and there's some locals fishing just over the other side behind me, and said there's a reef that we're about to cast into. So Kev's moved across. That was nice of him to let us know. So he's going to chuck this out and see how we go. They're not whole pilchards. We just had this already cut up, so we'll try this first and then chuck a whole pilchard on. See how we go. All right, I've just come back up to the car to put this camera away because the tide is coming in and the wave's quite big, and I don't want this camera getting wet or damaged. So I'm going to put this camera away. If we happen to, far out, I'm puffed. If we happen to get anything, I'll record it on my iPhone and pop the footage up. Kev's busy on his phone, but have a look at this view at Twilight Beach. I ended up chucking the drone up and getting some footage of the rocks that were there as well, so I'll pop that up. But yeah, just a really pretty, pristine beach along this drive. Really cool.
Okay, listen up. We've just pulled up at Observatory Beach. It's pretty flash. Actually, all the beaches here actually look really cool. It's just something about the sand and the water. Just looks great. But yeah, we'll get some photos for you. Just have a look at those rocks. Beautiful. It's another nice staircase, quality made, up to the lookout. Look how blue and clear the water is. So blue. Hello again. I just stopped at Repco because I need to get some brake fluid. Running a bit low in the resi, and I forgot to pack some. I forgot to take one of every fluid really, but should be right.
Even brain fluid.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, we're just making our way to Wiley Bay, and it looks really pretty from the photo, so I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah, we are.
Alright, just got to Wiley Bay and went to go up one of the beach tracks, and it's very, very soft, so we're just currently dropping the tyre pressures down. Just using the Camp Boss deflators as normal, and I might even go for a wander because it's just coming off high tide at the moment, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours after high tide. So you just see how soft this is in here. Like, I don't even know how we'll go getting up there, but we'll give her a whirl and see how we go. All right, I got the UHF hooked onto me and drone in tow, and I'm just gonna walk up and see what the tide's like because, well, probably should have checked before we drop the tide pressures, but there's no point driving all the way up here if you can't really go very far on the other side without the tide coming into the car. So we'll see. There's this spot seems to be really famous for photos, like driving in between the rocks, but it might have to be on low tide for that to happen. I don't know, I've never been here, so I don't know if you can see that, but hopefully we'll get some good drone footage if Kev comes up here, and I'll try and get on this camera too. Okay. How good is this view? Mind the wind. Didn't get bogged. Touch wood, we make it out okay. But I think we've learned our lesson from the first time and dropped the tyre pressures a lot more than what we did before.
This! Look at it!
Someone's living their best life.
The whole beast this up. Can it get any better? Well, that was pretty sick. I highly recommend going to Wiley Bay. The beach is just white as white, and the ocean's just amazing here. It's great. It looks really good. And the rocks, obviously it wasn't low enough. It's 3 hours until low tide. We thought it might have been low enough to actually go and take photos on the rocks, but there was still water lapping in all around there, so we thought we'd better not, being as last time. You know what happened. 5 minutes of fun's done.
Pumping the tyres back up, and when we went out for dinner last night, our family friends said the sand here is just so fine, like it's just nothing like you've ever seen. And I don't know if you can see the sand on the end of my finger. There you go. It's just so incredibly fine that you can, like, I don't even know if you can see what I'm on about. It's just completely different sand up here. It's almost like these tiny little crystals.
So tonight's camp is at Membernup Beach. It's actually, it's pretty cold, but you know, it hasn't been the warmest today. I think it was 18 and overcast, but yeah, you know, just take it how it is. It's a pretty cool joint. There's a nice little bay over there, big rocks, like we're parked on one of the big rocks. I'll have to go over there and get a better look for you. These are the said rocks. We're basically parked on top of one of them, just over here though, and it's a lot bigger. There's some washed up bits here and there. There's actually a dirty old diesel motor sitting here, and it's just amazing how bad just salt water is. Like, it's literally just destroyed everything on it. Oh, that fuel line will probably just bend. Yeah, great, now it's not going to run. Alright, sorry, what you cooking here tonight, Hol?
Rogan Josh, first time cooking it, just using that little Passage to India recipe. Got some garlic and onion in the pot, because anyone who knows how to cook always starts with garlic and onion. There's your top tip.
I would have started with olive oil.
Unless your name's Melanie White, do not eat anything without garlic and onion. Would you have a look at this? Oh yeah! Rogan Josh with garlic bread. I mean, naan bread. How yum. Taste test, go. And we put the salt in here, because if you know, you know.
Mm.
Good?
That's actually, I reckon the Shell Servo and Morrig will just take those sachets.
You reckon?
It tastes exactly like it.
Wow, I also did some extra things in there.
That's good.
Good?
Yeah.